What's up, guys? Chris Schroeder here with another video coming to you guys to teach you something, give you something cool. Today, guys, we're going to be going over my the 4-step reselling framework, how all of this works. I'm going to be going over all 4 steps for you, and yeah, we're going to go into detail a little bit, and I'm going to give you guys some value today. Let me make sure that I am live. If you guys can hear me, type live in the comments so that I know that I'm live and then I can be notified. Let me see here. Okay, we're good. Let's rock and roll. Okay, so we're going to be going over the 4-step reselling framework today. There's only 4 steps to this. Super easy, right? And I'm just gonna give it all to you guys on a whiteboard today, and do full-on teaching. But before I get into this, I do want to kind of go over how I've how this has developed over the last 6 years. From the time I was a server. So starting off there, right, as many of you know who follow me, I was a server in a restaurant for 5 years, from the age of 18 until 23. I worked in a place called Papado, where I sold, seafood, and I did pretty well. I mean, I can't lie, I did okay, but it obviously it just wasn't enough, right? And then I fell into reselling electronics. Thanks to David Kosciuszko. And then I started reselling on my own, and I started doing really well. And over time, I ended up developing my own framework because this business started off with mostly free ads, and free lead generation. But, unfortunately, those times have passed, right? Those times, they aren't as good as they used to be, right? And nothing is around forever, right? So I ended up developing this kind of framework based on what I learned from Dave's program, another mentor, Aaron Goldstein, and a couple of other people. And I kind of developed my own framework that works really, really well for me. So we started off with the paid ads a couple of years ago. Me and Dave did. And he developed his own system. I ended up developing mine. I like mine. There's, people like certain things, right? However, mine is now the 115 method, which I'll be showing you guys here in a minute, and I'll kind of walk you through it. But I have the 115 method, where it's 1 campaign, 1 ad set, and 5 ads. And this is developed, over hundreds, probably at this point, probably over 6 figures in ad spend, between me and, a lot of other resellers as well, because I've run ads for well over 100 resellers at this point, and really developed the system. So we're about to get into that system. I just wanted to give you guys a little background on exactly how it works. So it starts off with the paid ads, right? Whether it's Facebook or Instagram. And you guys are going to be blown away by the type of ads that I use. And then we get into a little bit of appraisal, and we talk about that, how to make offers, because we want to, we need to know exactly how much we're going to make before we ever sell something. You should never buy something if you don't know what it's going to sell for. Are you guys understanding all of this? Let me know in the comments if you guys are understanding. And then after that point, after you know what kind of offer to make, you get to negotiation, right? So we talk a little bit about negotiation, how it works, how you and the customer can win, right? And then after that, we sell the item, right? And we're going to be going over some best practices on how to sell the item as well. So let's jump into it. I have my whiteboard ready, and we're going to be going through the steps one at a time, and I'll kind of show you guys how all of that works. So let's pop into my screen here, and let's go. Here we go. Okay, so everything starts off with ads. Okay, we always start off with the ads, and they're ads just like this. That look like this. These work pretty well. And then what we do, once we start getting some leads in, we find 3 comparables here, right? 3 comparables, whether we're using eBay, or you can also use a direct buyer sheet. So you can use a direct buyer sheet to appraise almost, immediately. And then we go to negotiation, right? We got to talk with people, shake some hands, right? And go from there. And then after all of that, after we bought the item, we sell the item. We either sell it on eBay, the place that we appraised it, or to the direct buyer, who we also probably use to appraise it. Okay? So let's go over all of this in detail now. Okay, so let me go here. And like I said, let me know if you guys are understanding this. That way, I know you're understanding it. Where is the screen stop? There we go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're actually going to build out a campaign in Ads Manager, and I'm going to show you guys what that looks like, or I'll show you guys just what it looks like actually, because it'll take a little while to build it out, and I don't want this video to be super long. Let me find one here. Where's my account at? All right, so I just built these out yesterday. So we'll go over what those look like. Okay, so ads look very similar to this. So I'm just going to pull this up. These are some ads I started yesterday. So everything looks like this, right? We got one campaign, we got one ad set right here, and then we have 5 ads. And as you can see, this one's already getting messages. So you can see we have 5 different ads here as well. So we go through and we use different ads that look just like this. And it attracts people to us to sell their devices. Now we use a different photo on every ad simply because it's better that way. We're doing what's called split testing. Okay, so we're split testing and basically going over the correct ad here, or finding the best ad. For example, this one has been running for 1 day. It's already got a message for $1.25. So that leads to the next part, right? So the next part is, when people reach out to us, we have to be able to give them an offer, right? We want to be able to give them an offer on their device. So how do we do that, right? Well, we do what's called appraisals. So with appraisals, what you're doing is you can use eBay for this. You can use direct buyers for this. Direct buyers are people who buy phones directly from you. If you don't know who those are. On the appraisals, what we're looking to do is we're looking to find 3 comparables on eBay under the sold listings. We always want to go under the sold listings. So let me show you what I mean here. Let me go to eBay real quick and pull that up. And we're just going to use iPhone 11 Pro Max as an example. And we'll just, for the sake of this, we'll just do unlocked and make it easy on ourselves. There you go. Okay. So when we're appraising, we never want to use these right here. Okay. We never use these at all. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to go down and the filter a little bit. So we're going to choose unlocked. We're going to scroll down a little bit more. We're going to go used. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to sold items and completed items only. We want to know what that is. Okay. So here we got one that sold for $450. We have another one that sold for $485. And then we have one here that sold for $435. And another one for $559. So what we're really looking for here, guys, is 3 of them that are roughly around the same value. Okay. So for example, here's one at $485, right? And then here we got one at $470. Let's scroll down a little bit more. And then we got another one at $485 here. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to add up those numbers, right? So we got $485, $470, and $485 again. So let's go back to the whiteboard. Well, actually, let's just go to the calculator. And then we're going to figure out exactly what this device is going to sell for. Let me pull out my calculator and share the screen for you guys. There we go. All right, so we got our calculator pulled up here, right? So we had one for $485, and we had one for $470, then we had another one for $485. And now what we're going to do is we're going to divide that number by 3, okay? So we're going to divide it by the number of comparables. So it's likely that this device is going to sell for about $480. So what do we offer for it now? Like what do we offer? Typically, I'll offer between 50 and 60 and sometimes even 70% of the value of the device. Okay. So how do we find that, right? So multiply 480 times, let's just say, 60%. I'd offer, about 288, right? Well, I actually have a calculator that actually does this to make you guys' life easier. I'll drop it in the comments. Let me find it actually. Yeah, pull it up for you guys. That would make this life a whole lot easier. Who wants a calculator? If you want the calculator, drop it in the drop a comment, and I'll send it over to you guys, or I'll have my guy Thomas drop it over to you guys. Okay, Google.com. Pull up a calculator for you guys. Okay, we got our calculator. Let me pull it up for you guys. This is also just to make everybody's life easier when it comes to appraising items. So we got our eBay appraisal calculator here, right? So they were 480, 485, 485 again, and then 470, right? So we put all those numbers in, and voila, eBay fees are going to be about $62. And then here's what you should offer. Here was our first offer, 288, and then the potential profit on that will be about $129 in profit. Okay, so yeah, pretty cool calculator. It basically does everything for you, so that you don't have to think too hard about this. Okay, so that's appraisals. Now moving on to negotiation. Now I want to stress on negotiation that you're only going to close about 1 to 2 deals out of 10 when it comes to messaging. If you're doing phone calls, you'll make a little bit more. Okay, but typically a lot of people really focus on trying to get really good at negotiation when all they just need is more leads, right? So if you do get better at negotiation, you're going to get better at negotiation over time as you get more leads. That's really what happens here. Instead of just trying to get good at negotiation before you get a lot of leads. That's really backwards thinking. People think they have to be good at negotiating before they start getting leads. That's not the case. You get better at negotiating as you talk to more people. That's really how that works. So one rule of thumb that I like with negotiation is a rule that I have. This is part of my framework, is the go for no framework. And what that basically means is the more no's you can get in a day, the more yeses you'll get too. So instead of looking to get 2 or 3 yeses per day, what you really want to try is get 2 or 3, more no's than yeses. Because the more no's you get, statistically, the more yeses you're going to get as well. Okay, see how that works? That's a door knocking rule that I learned when I was knocking doors. One of my mentors in that industry told me, he's like, I want you to go out and get 20 no's today. I want 20 people to tell you no today, because statistically, you're going to get a couple of people that are going to say yes. And then every time somebody says yes, it's actually going to hold you back from your original goal of the 20 no's. So it's a little bit backwards thinking, but it actually works really well. And then this brings us to the fourth part here, guys. So the fourth part of all of this is, let me share my screen again, is, where's the whiteboard at? Here we go. Fourth part of this is sell the item, right? So we already know what the item is going to sell for. So we either sell it on eBay or we sell it directly to that direct buyer, right? And make our life super, super easy. We get paid, we make some money, and then we take the money and we do it again, right? That's the whole framework here. So this is, sell the item, and we always want to do buy it now. So I'm going to put this, and sorry for my drawing, guys. This looks terrible. So buy it now with immediate payment. You always want buy it now with immediate payment. Okay. Whenever you're listing something on eBay, if it's to a direct buyer, you don't really need to worry about it too much. However, this is the 4-step framework, guys. So ads, find 3 comparables, appraise and make an offer correctly, negotiate, go for more no's than yeses, and then sell the item and always sell it under the buy it now, immediate payment option on eBay Or if you're selling to a direct buyer, just send them an invoice. So if you guys found some value out of this, let me know. I got some links above as well. If you guys want access to the 5-day phone flipping challenge, you can sign up for that above and join that. I'm going to be going over all of this. I'm going to be walking you guys through all of this personally during those 5 days. So on the first day, we'll be going over mindset. On the second day, I'm going to be walking all of you guys through setting up your ads, the whole thing. I want everybody to have their ads running on the second day. On day 3, we're going to be going over, the appraisals, because some of you guys will already have messages to respond to, right? So we're going to be going over how to appraise and make an offer on those devices. And then we'll be going over negotiation. And then I'll be showing you guys exactly how to sell the items that you will hopefully buy during this week. So I'll see some of you guys there, and I hope you guys enjoy this live stream.